What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your solo cash cup skills by analyzing how Cammy used this new broken strategy to dominate the EU solo cash cup. But before I get into this VOD review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like in this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, I recently just got a supporter creator code. If you wish to support me in that way, use code Talon.fn, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen, we have Cammy's POV. Now this broken strategy that I'm talking about is going to be the use of the dub shotgun. You're going to see it in his inventory slot down at your bottom right. And this gun is absolutely broken. It is going to be similar to the caddy launcher in terms of overpoweredness. You're going to see Cammy just get top 2s, 1s, 3s throughout this entire VOD review because of the shotgun. Why? Because of its use of rotations, its use of taking height, and its ability to get frags as well. Cammy uses it in all three facets. We're going to jump in here to this first elimination. This is nothing but a Kovacs, as you can see. This is kind of like your own personal bouncer. Also not aggressive W keying, as you can see, one elimination with this being incredibly placement based, and as you can see, using the dub shotgun to push opponents right here, it's so versatile, and it's going to be just perfect for endgame. It's going to be perfect for getting eliminations, getting to people that are far away fast. Good cone slide right there, and then you see him right there using it offensively as an actual weapon, a double shotgun meta. Now this opponent he's fighting isn't very good. Beautiful, nice right hand peek cone slide, GG's, finishes that fight. You're going to see good pre-fight damage in all of these first three engagements. Double swing gets it. Spray through cone slide. Fantastic one pumps. And now look, we're at 3 eliminations. 16, first moving zone. He's now going to use it to make a height play. Full box this opponent. Dominate. You're going to need, if you're fortunate enough to get this weapon in competitive settings, this is what this weapon is so good for, especially in solos, is taking height. So you're going to see that he looks up, realizes he's second height, has a favorable zone. He's going to bop, get all the way up, one's cracked, and then he's going to full box piece control being on display. The opponent has nowhere to go. He finishes the fight, and he is gifted a free high ground, and he's going to do this throughout the entire video. This gun is incredibly broken for rotations. You're going to see throughout as well that he's going to be in some certain situations where he's 5-5-5 in 8th and 9th zone because of how good this rotational thing is. He has excellent reload managed with it. You get 2 shots. Shoots this opponent that's playing ahead. He's going to make sure he gets up to the mountain here. I was surprised he didn't go a little bit more aggressive to the mountain to connect and be a little bit more stable. But he's going to just pressure second height. He has on a mountain zone. This is pretty much a guaranteed win, because anyone that attempts to take high ground is just going to be, 1, use of a ton of mats, 2, is going to have to deal with a dub. Opponent going in, he shoots him off. He's going to keep on bullying. I don't know what he's saying. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure where Cammy is. Like what country in Europe he's from. Just good pressuring height right here. Good pressuring height, good pressuring height. Anyone he sees, look at all these people that are shambles mountain zone. That's going to be a dead because that opponent is so far in zone. And look at this rotation. Goes from pretty much back to front. Instantaneous. There's going to be some really good uses of it in more stacked games. That's what I'm really looking forward to showing you guys, how versatile this gun really can be. You're going to see him drop down here, and then look at that. Goes from back to front instantaneously. One shot. Gets ahead, holds this particular opponent. Now, a little bit of bad reload management there, but all he's got to do is then tarpin reload, and he's just going to create some space. Gets it. Boom. Cracks. You can see he has tons of practice and experience with it, and just takes high ground right back. Instantaneous. Look at his mats. Sitting at 3-2. Gets another easy elimination. Doesn't get those mats. I don't know what he's saying. Apologize. Now, what he's going to do in this situation, I believe he's going to let these two opponents fight. Well, the opponent actually pushed him, so he's going to go for the finish. Good attempt at a full box right there, and he's going to catch him right there once he realizes that back wall. That's kind of the crux, though, is if you have two opponents, you want to sit there on height, let them fight, usually, but the opponent pushed up to him, so he had to make a play. Doesn't opt for big, but it sees his opponent has no mats, gets the finish quite easily. But no mats here going into this ninth zone, but it is a 1v1 situation. Smartly pops the big, but he realizes as soon as that opponent takes the harpoon that he doesn't have, and then you can see its opponent's so unprepared for that play. The dub shotgun wins him there. 3 high ground takes with no mats. It is like your own personal bouncer. It is, and it's what there's only one in the game, so there's no way that you're going to be dealing with this continuously. You're going to see him landing here while you're landing Junkyard because there's an infinite amount of makeshift pieces. This is where we saw Miro land. He's actually going to kill his teammate Thomas HD right here. Now this opponent is also, he's going to take this. Opponent actually hits, but he ends up getting a free 2 eliminations, and then we fast forward this end game, and you're going to see the dub really on display here. Look at this. With a max pull to half and half, boom. All he has to do is use a little bit of mats, box up, reload, and then he's going to continuously use this overpowered strategy. Boom, boom. Gets in, he's going to box up, reload, and repeat. Now he's on a little bit of a scuffed lair. He's wasting a little bit of wood. Now he's going to go get fried here. He doesn't block off his left. That was his big mistake. He's on a really uncomfortable lair as well. The opponent just goes in psychos. And look, uses the dub shotgun on offense. Gets a nice little 100+ crack as well. That was Reason, by the way. And you can see 4-4-2 with that refresh on Rezon. Another hike take. Full boxes. The opponent actually is fortunate to get out there. But he's going to easily get that height in this moving zone. He could sit here and hold the whole lobby if he wants to, and then rotate forward with his overpowered shotgun. He's just looking for free tags. We've seen this throughout. He's always going to have a Scar Spaz because of where he lands at Junkyard. He gets all those makeshift pieces to himself, as well as there being an upgrade person there. And you're going to see, building ahead, oh, I don't need mats. I'll just, you know, go up here, full box up, realize that I need to reload everything. He's going to look back for holds. He says, nah, I'm going to rotate. Oh, you know where I'm going to rotate to? High ground. I'm still at 3-3-2 after first moving in solos. I have all the mobility. Huge cracks in this opponent as well. This opponent psychos in. Oh my goodness. And look at that. Even a nice little bailout. He saves his life right here. He's then going to use, I believe, either the dub or his mats to get a little bit further so he can pop this medkit. Yep, look, cracks. Boom. And then he gets ahead and goes, okay, I'm going to pop medkit. He's still at 3-1, pretty much 3-1-1. Look at all the materials he's saving. His rotations don't even matter. Oh, I'm backside. Doesn't full send in there. Probably the best decision with him getting beamed in the back. All he has to do is worry about reloading the shotgun. His reload management, the only thing he has to worry about. Look at this. No fall damage. Fantastic. Oh, that gets stolen from him. Unfortunate. Tries to bully off to maybe get a siphon. But still 300 mats. With no impact. And we made it past another moving zone. This is a top 10. This is already great. We already know that in solos, that top 10s of the season are incredibly huge. Top 5s even more so. You see him go up. Look at that. He goes from pretty much low ground. Now he's on a much less congested lair. He's going to sit here, wait. Notice how he's waiting until zone plays to his back. He tries to make a height attempt. The opponent he's fighting actually recognizes that. And this right here, beautiful. Just drops down and then gets in. It's 70. Oh, I got the dub shotgun. I just can max rotate. He's gonna get beamed though. No more mats. And then you'll take a 3rd place after a win. So this is game number 3. We talked about this recently. I can't remember what person of you, but cone peeking. Very, very crucial in these late games. It'll help you get these frags that you need in mid game. Or not mid game, right at the start of end game. He's gonna Metro Classic in. And then we saw the use of the dub. Right there, boom, a huge 120 crack. Rocking again, double shotgun. You saw that opponent also has a dub. Because of that elimination, he's actually above Surge now. And then, this makes Water Zone so easy to rotate. He doesn't even worry about using his hard mats because he knows he's not going to sit there for too long. Nice, gets an easy elimination looking back. He's going to reload Scar before he goes. Look at that. Fantastic. Wins this aim duel right here. On someone he didn't even mean to fly into. Make sure he reloads. And he goes from back of zone. Now look at his mats. 5, 3, 5. He goes from a scuff situation to now being on a very nice, clear, open lair. He looks at height right there. He's probably thinking, can I make a play? He's probably going to heal up and either decide to go forward or go up. And he sees that it's on weak, and so this is exactly what he's going to do. We've seen it the entire day. Using it to get high ground. Boom, free high ground for yourself. Opponent gives it up. And now we're sitting on height with so many more mats. We're not even wasting our mats. We're using the dub to get further and further ahead. Now he's going to probably look for an AR frag here to get Siphon. Eventually. He gets chopped out. Doesn't matter. He thought someone was trying to take height. Someone just actually just knocked him down. Now I about hard dropped when he got hit. Literally 2 HP dead to one more stink tick. So that's why he decides to drop down. And then we saw the beautiful double tap with the shotgun right there. Gets gold spaz, gets another refresh. 5-3 sitting in these moving zones. Not too greedy right there. I love him dropping down right there. He realized that he just couldn't afford to stay height and get grief. Now you're going to see this opponent sitting out on wood. Always looking for height. He's got it ready. Opponent's going to pressure him. He waits for the right time. He uses some of his mats to tarp in. Opponent's still kind of griefing him, spraying him down. I think he pretty much knows right here that he's going to just dub up. Yep, there it is. We've seen it the entire day. It's a nice little kill right there. Look, dub shotgun in high ground is his again. It's like your own personal bouncer, except for you have how many ever shotgun ammo is how much uses you have of it. So it's a lot of bouncers, and he gets a nice little refresh as well when zone pulls back. Sitting at 4-0-0, high ground at night, 5 eliminations. Spraying down through. If you aren't implementing into your solo gameplay, at least a couple of games or a couple of matches you need to. You see how unbelievably broken it is for taking height, giving yourself huge advantageous positions. We've seen already 5 or 6 height takes with this particular shotgun. We've seen how useful it is for rotations. We've seen it can be used as an offensive weapon as well. It's lethal in close quarters. Constantly just spraying down on opponents that he sees while he's racking up placement on high ground. Not even using a ton of mats, making sure he's staying below the people in case he does end up getting chopped. But everyone's just fighting. He's grinding out placement. Sitting at 29 builds right now. Now, what do I think he's going to want to do? Now, this is very, very fortunate of him. He kind of yeets him off. He's one tick to the zone and ends up getting the elimination. Probably dropped a little bit too early, in my opinion, but ends up making it work anyways. Now, game 4, look at this again. We're sitting at a max pull in first moving. We're using the dubbed to kind of make this rotate easy. He's sitting here looking back, waiting, looking for things to develop. It's a huge fry on that opponent. That helps him with Surge. Look at that, 21 above. Gets up to a nice, beautiful, clean layer again. Can look for tags. I don't see a lot of people making it through this particular zone for Surge. Look at that. Nice. He only has to worry about boxing every so often. Still at 434 on a max pull. He's now 108 above Surge. He's actually going to be fine. That's why he's not going to look at anything. He sees open space. Unfortunately hits right there, but doesn't matter. The only mats he has to use is an occasional box up every now and then. He doesn't have to worry about using a ton of mats. Tarping. Nice little 100 crack. We saw how powerful it is. The good recognition right there. That it's only one, so he doesn't cycle for that kill. Doesn't need it, right? 4-2-4. Why force a frag when you don't need to? It's all placement based. He's going to sit here again, gets another far zone. Look at this. Goes from front to back half to a nice elevation as well. And he just sits here and looks for picks, looks for anything that he could find maybe. Doesn't have any good angles, doesn't like what he sees. Makes a nice wide edit, and boom, there you go. Front to back again. That occasionally making a box. Good tag right there. Now, it's a little bit congestion. Goes for it, decides to reload before moving forward. And he looks at height, he goes, okay, look at all the mats I have. Full boxed. Doesn't shoot, but we saw it again. Same thing. Height retake instantly. Instantly gifted height. 5-1-2. And we've already gone through 2 moving zones. And look at these zones. They've been all max pulls. And he's the only one that's probably staying incredibly healthy on mats. I mean, you could see how he won this Cash Cup because of this strategy. He gets chopped out there. Doesn't matter. He just goes and reconnects. Still sitting at over 500 builds. This opponent with the harpoons being incredibly annoying. The thing is, if you're looking for height this late, you more than likely don't have the mats to seriously make a play for it. And as you see, one elimination, not even fragging that much. He decides to get up, leaves that. He's got a top 5. Still has 300 mats going into 9th. Incredibly hard to do as a solo. You see, look at his loot every game too. That drop spot is nuts. If you win it, so much damage, upgrade, tons of mechanical parts. Reconnects right there very, very smartly. And just continue, same thing. Just let these guys on low ground fight. A little bit of scuffed mechanics right there. It's okay. Got back up in time. 21 builds left. He's going to spray through on low. Burn out these guys' mats. He actually does get dropped right here. And as you can see... Oh, high ground. You took high ground from me? No, you didn't. I had the dub shotgun, and I'm just going to yeet back. Hits a nice 132 crack. The opponent psychos in. Cracks. He ends up getting that elimination. And look at the dub shotgun again. Such a gigantic elevation change. Who in the hell would predict that? Right? That opponent was able to predict that. He actually was going to win that fight if Cammy stays on the ground. But nope. Cammy just yeets up. The guy goes, what the hell? And gets Kovexed out of the air. So game 5, we're at 133 points. We sit here off spawn. 3 builds. Now this is incredibly aggressive. Look, only having 32. Just gets in. Timely, beautiful cone slides. Gets a nice free elimination. Now you're going to see him bully this guy. Oh my goodness. That's just piece control. I know this VOD review is mainly about the dub, but let's give a little homage to the piece control in this particular engagement. Okay, just a little bit. It's important. It's not what this video is about. We saw a nice little cone slide right there too as he dropped in. He's confident in that fight. He had much more health. Now, look at that. Oh, oh, I didn't even realize. This is how he knew that opponent was there. Is when he drove by with the 18-wheeler, actually gave him that FOV that opponent was there behind the wall. So he sits out here, smartly cracks. Beautiful. Goes for cone. Gets it. Gets the wall. Boom. Jumps in. Runs. Hits his head. Looks absolutely clueless. Looks very, very nice. Could be a montage clip if you leave in peace control. Sorry guys, there was an ad. Let's continue. Cone peeking again can be very helpful. Fantastic. And then you see the Dub's versatility. Offensive one cone peek technique, looking to see where your opponents are and going from the bottom. We saw it in the Benji Fishy VOD review how incredibly effective that is for getting impacts. Another max pull here. Oh, whatever shall I do? I'll just, you know, go to this huge, massive open space. With 3 eliminations, he's set on Surge. And it's up elevation. You can't tell me that's not incredibly broken to go from back half to front half. Extremely fast. I like him going up here. He realizes he didn't have a lot of congestion that way, so he aims it up. Decides to go up a layer. Good reload advantage with the weapon as well. Looking for any opportunities. Full boxes that opponent, but doesn't even want to go for it, right? With 5-1-3, doesn't need to. Gets in a nice little layer right here, and he's already in. Fantastic. Gets a kill on Deceptos, who had apparent god loot. Good little layer switch right here. We get to see some tunneling. This makes your just rotations. You don't even have to plan them out. You don't have to be cautious. You don't have to be mat conservative. It almost just lightens the load of the game for you. Sees an opponent being a little bit too cheeky. Doesn't hit him as hard as he wanted. But able. Opponent gets fried. And then uses it to psycho into this guy's box. And then as you can see right there, Dub used on the offensive as well. Make sure he shoots out the top right there. Drops 3 flops for 3 bigs. I like that. The flops will be a lot more helpful in these night zones. Gets a nice little elimination on that particular opponent. And gets a fortunate zone back so he can pop bigs that he left originally. The opponent also had the Dub shotgun, as you saw. Not using it as well as Cammy, obviously. This is a masterclass on how to use the shotgun because he uses it in every single way. He uses it for frags, he uses it for eliminations, he uses it for height takes. The opponent has him cut off, so what does he do? Goes to a different angle. He's going to decide, I can play flopper a little bit. He waits for a little bit for the opponent to move forward. Sees a lot of clear space here. Getting pressure, decides to go forward. Now full boxes this opponent. Really good. Right there. Good mechanics not to flip the ramp and take a 50-50, go to the side, get a nice right-hand peek. Tarping ahead on Ashley. Notices that opponent has the wall, so what does he do? Switches layer. Goes for a high take. It's actually the one time where it hasn't been crazy. He still got it, but he misses the shot. He didn't turn it into a huge crack like he normally did. Nice little 51 crack on the right-hand peek jump. Uses the flopper. That's why I like the floppers for bigs. Drop right there. Doesn't get that off, but look at his mats. 5-1-0 essentially, going into ninth. Just crazy amount of mats, and he's on high ground once again. Blows that up to be incredibly annoying to everyone on low ground. It's a nice little couple of cracks, and he's going to sit here and just wait for this all to develop out. Opponent actually hits a nice shot from low ground, but with the amount of mats, Cammy should sit here and wait till that happens, and exactly what he's going to do. So clutch up that last placement point. He shoots that opponent back with the Dub shotgun, make him take more storm. Unbelievable stuff from Cammy right there. Now we're going to take a look at what happens when you don't have the Dub shotgun. I'm kidding. Obviously, there's ways to make, we've seen all pro players work, but it just makes your life so much easier if you consistently have it. The 2 games that we're about to watch where he doesn't have it, I believe, that's 1 or 2 games. I can't remember exactly when I watched this last, but it's going to be nowhere near as good as what we saw there.
Tak jest kurwa zawsze.
Very fortunate right here. He was a little bit below Surge. and ends up getting that elimination, free elimination. And we actually, it shows that one elimination, and then it goes to the next game. So, GG's, GG's. That's what I'm saying. And notice we don't have the dub here. It gets another pickup. Max pull. Now look at the difference between the max pull. How much more mats have to be utilized with a max pull. Notice he's going early. He's trying to recycle. He's on a good dead side though. Look at this. Look at how congested the left side is and how free the right side is. 210 above. Doesn't go for that. Make sure he blocks himself off right there. Look at 1-2-4, and we're in 6th. Now, fortunate that there's water there. He only gets hit a little bit, but still having to burn a ton of mats in comparison. Now he's getting stinked, so it's almost like the big wasn't worth it. He finds a damaged car. It's actually pretty intelligent awareness. Save some mats, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna be blessed with a car in the middle of your 6 rotate a lot of the time. He's also sitting on low ground. Notice he was playing much more mid layer. Now solos, it can be good if you're ahead and have mats, but 2-2-2. We're only in first moving, so we know we got a lot more. Tries to go for it. Sitting there looking. He's fortunate to get zoned back right here. Goes forward through. Goes up. Blocks himself off. And this is where, you know, if you're on lower levels, it could still be good. But still, look how far we have to go. Look how many mats. We're only at... His opponent's trying to psycho through. We also don't have spaz this round. Trying to spray through, make a play. Doesn't go for it, decides to drop. This is really good. He gets cracked for a ton right here. But he has floppers. He doesn't really need to worry about it. He's still going to get a good placement game out of this for sure. But we're 14th. We have another max pull, so we're not going to be able to make it. We don't have any more floppers. We got to break through, pray for an elimination. And boom, someone comes from behind and one pops up to the back in 12th. And that was probably the second worst placement. And we saw the difference in the dub shotgun. It's just, it's so hard. You have to use all those mats and solos, but what the dub does, it allows you to give you that movement to where you don't have to. It gives you hype plays, which allows you to clutch out placement because you don't have to waste a lot of mats. When you're on these lower levels, you have to make sure you're protected from all sides. You have to build up ahead, but when you're on high ground, you can kind of single tarp and use all the congestion down below you. And we saw Cammy use the dub literally the most, I would say, complete that you could possibly see. We saw him get frags with it. We saw him use rotations with it. We saw him take height with it. It's really the 3 things that shotgun can really provide. You need to be trying to incorporate this into your gameplay to make your solos easier. You saw how much easier it was to play the game for him. It netted him at least 4 top 5s. And then, you know, I think 3 wins too. And it's just because he's able to sit on high ground, spray, rotate ahead. He doesn't have to burn mats like you do in solos when there's no mobility. This something basically groundbreaking like this is free. Just like Caddy Launcher was, you could cycle up to height whenever you wanted. You could rotate forward however you wanted. Caddy Launcher was absolutely broken. Even when I was a bot back in Chapter 2 Season 3, when I was absolutely horrendous as a player, I could win games in competitive tournaments with the Caddy Launcher. That's how broken it is. I feel like the dub is a little bit more balanced. It's not super groundbreaking in comparison, but it is incredibly strong. And if you maximize it like Cammy does, you're going to see an improvement in your solo gameplay. But that is going to do it for today's VOD, you guys. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like in this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.